Let's go through Donald Trump's picks. Okay, let's go. We're gonna scroll with me. I'm gonna follow along as I go through the Intelligencer. This is a New York magazine. Went through all cabinet picks so far. This is as of November 19th. All right, we're gonna go from the sublime to the ridiculous. Let's start with Mark Rubio. Mark Rubio, I think, will be fine. He ran for president. He and Donald Trump exchanged some words, but since then he's been on Donald Trump's jock, and a lot of these picks that you'll see are just friends. He ran out of he alienated all the real experienced people he had before. They all were like, okay, hell no. So he's down to just fellow TV show hosts, celebrities, former real world, just like his friends. No one's experienced. And this also shows he's not interested in the good of the people. If you looked at the video I did before about autocracy, and I went through the 10 signs of a dictator, one of the signs of a dictator is that you hire your friends and family, whether they're experienced or not. So in peak dictator format, Donald Trump is hiring all his friends and family he have left, because the actual ones who have experience are gone. So that's all he has left. And then again, none of you conservatives or Republicans who voted for Donald Trump better ever in your life come out your face when you hear of a person of color or a woman was elevated to experience and say DEI higher, because this is peak DEI. These people are not experienced. If DEI means unqualified person, then y'all better this DEI. All right. So Marco Rubio. Okay, I'm gonna just do the people who are more principled. Let's do Department of Interior. All right, he was a former governor. Former governor of North Dakota. Interior is the lands, which should be fine. I think he's going to get confirmed. At least he's have experience. The only thing is that he's going to be drilling on public lands. So yeah, in terms of environment, protecting the lands, this dude's all about drilling. So, and he doesn't have experience in this area. He cozies up to billionaires. He doesn't have experience, but at least he's a governor and he knows the land. I think he'll get confirmed. Whatever. Secretary of Transportation. This guy used to be in real world. Sean Duffy. He's no experience in transportation whatsoever. He did hold office. He's a representative for Wisconsin. He hosts a TV show, another Fox News TV show host. This guy's not qualified. Y'all know he's not qualified. Y'all can't even argue with that. Secretary of Energy. All right. This guy here, he's just like, okay, so he has no experience either. And he also, for someone who's going to be in charge of energy, he doesn't believe in renewable energy. He doesn't believe in clean energy. What is it that they say? He says that he declared there's no climate crisis and we're in the midst of an energy transition. Come on. Yeah. So yeah, this guy, it says, right, caught Trump's attention, Fox News appearance. He just saw people on TV and like, oh, he wants to frack. I love fracking. Here, become Department of Energy. No experience whatsoever. This is a joke. You know what I mean? But, Kristi Noem. She is the governor of South Dakota. If you love animals, you'll know she is famous for offing her dog because he was just wild and then bragging about it and then doubling down on it. So she's going to be Homeland Security. She has no experience in this area. She never worked in Homeland Security. However, let me say she has law enforcement background. So that's enough. That's close enough. Doug Collins, Secretary of Veteran Affairs. Okay, at least this guy used to be a veteran, and so that's kind of good. He served in the Iraq War, and he was the Air Force chaplain. But what's he known for? Really? Being one of the people to defend Donald Trump during his first impeachment hearing. He's only interested in people who are loyal to him. He's not interested in what's best for the government. In order to get a cabinet position, you just have to have defended him from impeachment, been a friend, or looked good on TV. That's the qualifications. Y'all better not ever say anything about a woman of color or a person of color or woman who gets elevated to the top position. Do not ever come out your face again and say DEI. These people do not have experience or qualifications. They are unqualified. All right, John Ratcliffe, at least a CIA director. At least he used to be the director of national intelligence. So he at least has experience. So let me see. He defended Trump during the impeachment hearings. No surprise. Lee Zeldin. Okay, this guy, for someone who's going to be the EPA administrator, when he was the representative for New York on Congress, he voted against funding the EPA. He voted against stopping pollutants from being in the air. He also voted, what's the other thing? He voted to scrap his chemical risk assessment program. So for someone who's Environmental Protection Agency, he's going to be a minister for the Environmental Protection Agency, and he voted to not protect the environment. Tulsi Gabbard. You'll see Hillary Clinton says she's a Russian asset. Mitt Romney was like, that's not a good idea. She praised Bashar al-Assad, who offed a bunch of he's a Syrian president, who offed a bunch of his citizens. She is the former representative. Let me see. She represented Hawaii in the U.S. House from 2013 2021, and she was a National Guard veteran. She served in Iraq. She's a Russian asset. She doesn't be the hell of national intelligence. The Russian media says she's our girl. Yeah, okay. Elise Stefanik, ambassador of UN, she's criticized UN. She would be one of those people, they say, who she was blocked funding for UN agencies to help Palestinian refugees. Yeah. So for the leftists who protest voted against Kamala or voted for Donald Trump, there's a lot of people in his cabinet who actually are not looking after the interests of the Palestinian people. Just take note, including this, who's not on this list. I didn't see, was special envoy to the Middle East. I'm not sure why he's not on. He's not a cabinet level position. Is Mike Huckabee, who also doesn't believe in the Palestinians' rights to be their house. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are two people heading an agency of Department of Government Efficiency, a brand new agency whose the acronym is a Bitcoin that Elon Musk actually promoted. Talk about self-interest. Talk about just garbage. At least they don't need to be confirmed because it's a brand new agency. So what the hell, what they're gonna do? I don't think that's a good idea. So I went from sublime to ridiculous. Let's scroll back up and look at what's this? What was that one? Matt Gaetz to be the top cop, the person who's going to be the person to look after the laws of the United States, Attorney General. That's Matt Gaetz, somebody who recently was investigated for several years for child trafficking. The Oklahoma senator went on record and did an interview and said that Matt Gaetz was showing members of the House all these underage girls that he was getting with in the ED medicine he was going to take, chasing it with Coca-Cola. And so that guy resigned really quickly to avoid prosecution, to avoid the investigation being leaked or released to the public. So what's in there is damning. So for that person to be first of all, the report's going to come out. For that person who looks like he committed several criminal acts to himself to be the person in charge of making sure the criminal laws of the United States are being adhered to is a freaking joke. So I'm hoping to God he doesn't have the votes. I think Mitch McConnell, and there's several other, like at least 8 other senators, U.S. senators, most likely is not going to confirm this guy. And they're going to tell him, like, you know what, if you go through the Senate confirmation hearing, all the stuff you did, part of this investigation, and anything else you ever done, and anybody else you've ever insulted or did, that's all going to come out. So you want the world to hear all that stuff, stay in the race. So most likely he's going to withdraw his name. That's what I think was going to happen with Matt Gaetz. Pete Hegseth, no experience. He did serve in National Guard, which is like weekend military, for several years. He served in Iraq and Afghanistan as well as Guantanamo Bay. And so, he served in the military, has no experience running anything larger than a small nonprofit. I ran a nonprofit. He's going to be in charge of leading the Pentagon and 1.3 million active duty troops. And then he's the one who said he didn't want women serving in the combat. There's so many badass women, including assassins and lots of kills, who are women. And that guy would be the head. I mean, talk about undermining. I think Pete Hegseth actually will get confirmed, but that allegation of his, someone accused him of sexual assault in 2016. He paid the person off. I don't think that's going to be it's going to stop him from getting confirmed. Matt Gaetz needs to not be confirmed, as is Tulsi Gabbard shouldn't be confirmed. Who else? RFK Jr., who wants to remove fluoride from our water, who doesn't believe in science, who thinks COVID was a conspiracy theory and that white people and black people are targeted and Jews and Chinese people are immune, and a bunch of other crazy hogwash conspiracy theorists, and a disinformation candidate who on his own, his anti-vax stance caused, like, I think 89 or so Samoans to lose their lives, including many of them children, because he pushed this anti-vax thing. That guy should not be confirmed as Health and Human Services. The only 3 people I think definitely shouldn't get it is Matt Gaetz, what's his face, RFK Jr., and Tulsi Gabbard. Dr. Oz, who doesn't have any experience to be the administrator of social services, Social Security, that's a joke as well. But he has no experience. He's a TV host. He's a TV doctor. He ran for Senate, so I think he's going to get confirmed, and I think he probably actually will be fine in that role. I don't know. I just those three don't get through, I'll be fine. The rest of these clowns, the woman, the WWE, it's just like he gave Betty DeVos, who's a donor, made her Department of Education last time. She didn't even know what an HBCU is. And so just because you a donor, what was her name, Linda McMahon, and you ran WWE doesn't make you qualified to be a cabinet position. Again, it was just a joke. All his cabinet picks are just his friends and stars, so none of them are qualified, but some of them will get confirmed. Let's discuss below.